Hello, and welcome back to our journey through the Gospel of Matthew. Today, we're diving into chapter 22, a chapter packed with powerful parables and challenging questions that reveal the very heart of Jesus' teachings. Jesus begins with the parable of the wedding feast. Imagine a king throwing a lavish wedding for his son. He sends out invitations, but incredibly, the guests refuse to come. They're too busy with their farms, their businesses, their everyday lives. Some even mistreat the king's servants. The king, understandably, is furious. He declares the original guests unworthy and sends his servants into the streets to invite anyone and everyone, good or bad, to fill the wedding hall. This parable is a powerful metaphor for God's invitation to us. The feast is the kingdom of heaven, a celebration of joy and fellowship with Him. So often, we get caught up in our own plans and anxieties, ignoring the incredible invitation that's been extended to us. God's grace is open to all, but we have to accept the invitation. But there's a twist. The king notices a guest not wearing the proper wedding clothes. In those days, the host often provided the garments, so to refuse to wear one was an insult. The man is thrown out. This part of the story reminds us that accepting God's invitation isn't just about showing up. It's about being transformed. It's about putting on the garment of righteousness that comes through faith, allowing God to change us from the inside out. As Jesus concludes, many are invited, but few are chosen. Next, Jesus' opponents try to trap him. First, the Pharisees and Herodians ask about paying taxes to Caesar. This was a clever trap. If he said yes, he'd anger the Jews who hated Roman rule. If he said no, he could be arrested for treason. Jesus, seeing their hypocrisy, asks for a coin. "Whose image is on it?" he asks. "The emperor's," they reply. Jesus' response is pure genius. Then pay the emperor what belongs to the emperor, and pay God what belongs to God. He brilliantly navigates the political trap while delivering a profound spiritual truth. We have obligations in this world, but our ultimate allegiance, our hearts, our very lives, belong to God. Then come the Sadducees, who didn't believe in the resurrection. They present a complicated hypothetical about a woman who marries 7 brothers in succession. In the resurrection, they ask, whose wife will she be? They're trying to make the idea of resurrection sound absurd. Jesus tells them they're wrong, because they don't understand the Scriptures or the power of God. He explains that in the resurrected life, human relationships like marriage will be different, more like the angels in heaven. Then he proves the resurrection from their own Scriptures, quoting God's words to Moses. "I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." Jesus points out that God is the God of the living, not the dead. This means Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are alive with God. The crowd was amazed at his profound wisdom. Seeing this, a legal expert from the Pharisees decides to test Jesus with another question. Which is the greatest commandment in the law? Without hesitation, Jesus provides the beautiful summary that is the bedrock of our faith. He says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." This is the greatest and the most important commandment. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. All of the law, all of the prophets, everything hangs on these 2 principles. It's not about complex rules. It's about a relationship of love with God and love for others. Finally, Jesus turns the tables and asks the Pharisees a question. What do you think about the Messiah? Whose descendant is he? They give the standard answer. He is David's descendant. Jesus then puzzles them by quoting a psalm where David himself calls the Messiah Lord. If David called him Lord, Jesus asks, how can the Messiah be just his descendant? This question silences them completely. Jesus is pointing to a deeper truth about his own identity, that he is not just a human descendant of David, but also David's Lord, both fully human and fully divine. From that day on, no one dared to ask him any more questions. Matthew 22 shows us a clear picture of God's open invitation. our responsibilities to both earthly and heavenly kingdoms, the reality of the resurrection, and the supreme importance of love. It challenges us to look beyond simple answers and to truly understand who Jesus is. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this exploration has blessed you. If you found this meaningful, please give it a like, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more deep dives into the Scriptures. We'll see you in the next video.